Photograph leaders, welcome back to my channel. We're back in Providence. This is Providence, and that is the Demerara River Bridge. Those are the towers of the high span section of the Demerara River Bridge. We're about 2 miles away from the bridge at this point, and you're looking at the bridge over the tops of the houses in Windsor Estates. So those buildings are actually part of Windsor Estates. And what we want to do today is to take a look at progress on the approach roads. So the government has decided to start the approach road and the ramp to the Demerara River Bridge here on Heroes Highway from 2 miles away. And we have been speculating on this channel for the last year or so, or maybe 6 months, about whether in fact they were going to build another roundabout at the entrance to the approach road to the Demerara River Bridge. And so I'm coming back from time to time to verify or to investigate what they're building here. So far we saw that they were building some huge drainage canals and a culvert, a huge culvert. But the shape of it, to me, initially looks like a circle or a semicircle on either half of the road. Eventually, if they're building a roundabout, they're going to have to demolish this center median. And they haven't done that yet, so that to me would be confirmation that they're building a roundabout. However, they are still working on the drains, as you can see. Huge drains are being built. Traffic coming towards me is heading towards Georgetown. Traffic moving away from us is heading south towards Tamari and Linden and Point South. Now, it seems a rather unusual thing to me to build the approach road 2 miles away from the bridge itself, and I'm curious to see how that turns out, both in terms of how the traffic deals with it and how the traffic into the bridge, onto the bridge, deals with an approach road that is 2 miles long. But this is how far they've come since the last time we were here. These guys are working on a drainage. See these drainage canals that are semicircular, which is the reason why I thought they were building a roundabout. As you can see, it's kind of a semicircle. Right, these guys are working on what seems to be a semicircle on both sides of the road. This is the west side. The last time we were here, they were still building these retaining walls down the center of this space. And now you can see much more clearly what's happening here. So in the near distance here and close to us, you can see retaining walls being built. These are retaining walls, are part of the drainage system. Some of that drain is going to go under this section. But in the long distance, you can see we're looking up the center of this approach road. And way in the distance, all the way at the top, that is at the center of the screen right now, that is the bridge, the ramp to the bridge. You can see the ramp to the bridge. They've almost connected the west side, that is the east bank, overpass, ramp to the high span section of the bridge. But all the way out here, that's the approach road. Now on the other side, what you can see is a semicircular. So guys, we're back here at the approach road at Providence. So this is the approach road, construction of the approach road to the Demerara River Bridge. As you can see, way in the distance, those are the towers on the high span section. And of course, you can also see the ramp. That's a ramp leading up to the high span section at the riverbank. It's almost there. My last video, I said it's going to be about 2 weeks maybe before they get to complete the joining of the ramp to the high span section. We're going to take a look at that again in another week or so. But we're out here looking at the on-ramp and the access road. So the access road is 2 miles away. Like we said, this access road is 2 miles away from the bridge itself. We're standing at the construction site on Heroes Highway. That's Heroes Highway looking north towards Georgetown. That's Heroes Highway looking south towards Demerara. And over here, these guys are building the drainage system. Like I said, it looks like a semicircle to me, which suggests to me that they're going to be building a roundabout. But like I said, the only way you will know finally is when they demolish this median, because to be able to construct a roundabout, they're going to have to demolish the median. So if I see the median being demolished, that's going to be confirmation to me that they're building a roundabout. The people are telling me that they're not building a roundabout, they're going to build an overpass. So an overpass is in fact the preferred way to get onto the bridge, entrance ramp to the bridge, because it doesn't disrupt traffic, it doesn't slow down traffic, it doesn't create any bottlenecks. But Guyana has not built, apart from the overpass on the bridge, which we can see in the distance. Apart from that overpass, which is the first, at least the first one on the East Coast, somebody's noted that there's an overpass at the Brazilian border. We're here in Georgetown. This is the first one that was ever built. And it's a much more efficient way to deal with high-speed intersections. And what we see so far, what have they done so far? They've completed the retaining walls. So you can see the retaining walls for the drains on the side of the road. Those retaining walls have been completed. And they're still working on these drains. Right, the drains that seem to flow from along the side of the Heroes Highway under the highway and around it at this point. Now with the current rainy season, it does make a lot of sense to establish water flow at this important traffic junction, because what you don't want is flooding in the rainy season, and you don't want water logging the foundation of the road. So there has to be a very careful planning for how to deal with water, especially in the rainy season, so that it doesn't erode the foundation system of the road. So what we're looking at right now, this is a culvert that actually passes under the road at this point, passes under the road, and it connects to all these drains that they're building, all these drains. The question is whether in fact the semicircular drainage system that they're building here indicates anything specific. Can we deduce something specific about the actual structure of this entrance ramp? Now what has to happen is the traffic going onto the bridge has to be able to enter from the south, right? Traffic has to be able to enter from the south as well as from the north. The traffic from the south can actually exit onto the bridge, since we drive on the left hand side, and we'll go straight down, right? We'll go straight down the left hand side of this entrance ramp. But traffic coming from the north, that is traffic coming towards me, has to cross over this median to be able to get onto the bridge being west of here. So traffic has to either go over this road or go onto a roundabout that allows them to come all the way around to join the traffic from the south. So that is the problem that we're watching the solution to. We're actually watching to see how that problem is solved. But in the meantime, this is what they're building. Right, this is what is being built here. A wide entrance ramp and a long, 2-mile long access road leading up to the bridge, which is way in the distance. Right, the access road is 2 miles long leading up to the bridge, and you can see the ramp in the center of the screen here. But this is what's happening in this neck of the woods. This is what has happened so far since the last time we were here. They are managing to make progress with these trains, but it's not yet clear to me what the solution will be. But we will keep visiting until we get a clear understanding of the construction site and what is being built. Now people are saying that this bridge will be completed by August. Based on what the state of construction here, it is not clear to me that this can be completed in 2 months or 3 months. This probably has another 6 months to a year for completion. But it would be interesting to know what you think. In the comments below, tell me what you think about the rate or the pace of construction and whether you think this bridge will be completed by August. My estimation, this is probably at least 6 months to a year of work. But tell me what you think in the comments below. And share this video with friends and family around the world. Let people know what's happening here in the fastest growing country in the world, Guyana. Later!